Hopefully everyone has their water. Good morning, good morning. So starting in the center of your mat today, bringing your hands to your heart center and welcoming in this Tuesday morning. You can close your eyes while you stand tall and bring to mind what you're grateful for about waking up today. If you're feeling tired, you can acknowledge that feeling, but if it doesn't bring joy and gratitude to your heart and mind, think about what does. As simple as the sun shining, the lack of wind blowing around our ashes from our fire pit like it was last night, our health. And let's take in 2 more deep breaths in and out. Being grateful for this moment of self-care this morning. And with your next exhale, drop those arms down, open your eyes, bring the arms up on the side. Feel all those back and shoulder muscles working to help raise those arms and lower them down as you exhale. I'm going to do 2 more. Now bringing hands back to your heart center, stepping your feet at least hip width apart. And we're going to inhale, reach up, keep those hands together all the way to a side bend. And then as you exhale, we're coming down into just a half squat. Inhale, reach and bend to the other side. Warming up those legs. And then next time you bend down, after this side bend, come down into a bigger squat if you're ready. My elbows are coming just to the outside of my knees. And then next time coming into an even bigger squat, even if you need to bring your feet a little further apart, elbows inside the knees. Weight still in those heels. 1 more time each direction. Bring that heart rate up a little bit. Last time to bend down. And then just keeping your hands to heart center when you finish that last squat, bring those feet back in together. And with your next exhale, release those arms by your side. Inhale, arms up on your side once again, hands coming together. This time, hold your side bend. Remember to bring those hips to the opposite side of the hands. Just let your body fall over. Gravity's pulling it down. We're right over our hips. And with your next inhale, stretch and reach up. Exhale to the other side. And again, just let those hips come away from your hands as we bend over our hips. Stretching everything that was compacted during our sleep. Inhale, stretch and reach up. And we're going to step out to this direction here and then bend those knees and elbows. So staying nice and tall, chest lifted. With your next inhale, stretch and reach those arms. With your next exhale, turn the toes toward the short end of your mat to face the mat and your other toes angled in slightly. And with your next inhale, stretch and reach out to the side and then tip over for triangle, placing that hand wherever you want it on that leg, coming all the way down if you want. If you have a block, you can bring your block out in front of your foot to place your hand on it. Wherever you end up with your hand, even on the floor, try to look up at the hand that's up. Feel that nice stretch in the hamstrings, inner thigh. Exhale, bring this hand down, turn your head toward your knee, chest over your quads. Trying to keep that front leg straight, but as we're still warming up, you can feel free to soften that knee if that feels better. On your exhale, slide your back foot out all the way down into low lunge, dropping that knee, top of the foot coming to the mat, relaxing those hips toward the front heel. Inhale, bringing both hands in front of your foot, turning to face me, coming up on your heel on the extended leg. Your knee is bent 90 degrees, feeling that inner thigh stretch, hip flexor stretch on the straight leg. And let's walk it across to the middle, bending both knees, holding your wide squat. Balanced here, toes pointing out. You can bring your elbows to your knees, hands to heart center. Drop those hips down. Good. On your exhale, bring the hands back down if they were lifted, walk it across, going in reverse order back to the beginning. Lift those toes of the extended leg, keeping this knee about 90 degrees. Focusing again on that nice stretch and pull, the inner thighs and hip flexors. As you exhale, turn into low lunge here, dropping the back knee and top of the toes. Release those hips forward. Try to lift the chest to extend the spine. Perfect spot for water for me. I'll take it. And then with your next inhale, tuck those toes, extend both legs. And then again, bring chest to your quads, head to your knee, trying to extend the front leg. And then grabbing onto that leg or bringing your block in front of this foot if you want. As you come into triangle on this side, other hand comes up. Good, looking up at that hand when you're ready. Some nice deep breaths into the stretch. And with your next inhale, soften the knees, slowly lift your body, keeping arms extended. A little core challenge. And then keep those arms stretched out to the side for star. You can still have your toes slightly angled out. With your next exhale, bend knees and elbows back into your victory squat. And with your next inhale, we'll step this way, stepping your foot together, stretch and reach up tall. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, stretch and reach up. Exhale, side bend other way. Inhale, stretch and reach up. Exhale, hands back to heart center. With your next exhale, release your arms down by your side. If you're not centered in your mat, come back to the center. And let's take 2 deep breaths, floating the arms up in front this time. Exhaling down. And the other way. So we'll go through that moon salutation one more time, going down on the other side first, but we're going to add in some extra stretches as we go through it this time. So with your next inhale, bring the arms up on your side, hands staying together. I'm going to exhale over to the side, holding it here, bringing the hips in the opposite direction. Let's balance on the foot that's opposite of where our hands are to try to lift that leg. Coming up into a one-legged balance here. Still bent over our hips. Our chest is still open. Exhale, stay in your side bend, but put the foot down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to the other side. Once again, shifting your weight toward those hips, toward the foot, away from your hands. And when you're ready, try to lift that leg up, or at least out. You can always keep the toe pointed down to make contact with the mat. And with your next inhale, stretch and reach up tall, bringing that leg back down. And we're going to step out to the side. Once again, bending knees and elbows into victory squat. If you're playing a lot of games these days, remember to pull this out when you win. Feel free to take this down into a little bit of a lower squat to challenge those quads a little bit more, keeping the chest lifted, shoulders relaxed. And then with your next inhale, extend arms and legs back into star. Bring the hands behind you, squeezing shoulder blades together to stretch the biceps, the shoulders, and the chest. And look up here, keeping your jaw together to stretch the front of your neck too. With your next inhale, bring your head upright. Extend those hands out from the shoulders. And now go ahead and bring those arms up at a diagonal here. And then just reach one hand behind your leg and then pull the other arm that's up back. Inhale, bring both arms back to a diagonal. Bring the other arm down on your exhale, stretch and reach back. This arm that's up. Inhale, reach up. Let's do that one more time to each side. Exhale, reach down, stretch, pull your arm back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale that arm down, little diagonal stretch. Last time here. Inhale, reaching back up again. Just exhale those hands out from your shoulders. And then turn those toes that are toward the short end of your mat to face the mat, and your other toes angled in slightly. And with your next inhale, start to reach over. Exhale, coming down again wherever you want this hand on this side. Maybe similar to where you just were before. But keep bringing it as low as you can, or to the floor, or to your block in front of your foot. And look up at your hand. With your next exhale, we're going to take this hand down to reverse our triangle. You can bring it down to your leg or your block or the mat. Bring the other arm up behind you. So keep revolving, facing behind you. Trying to look up at your hand. Feel free to soften your knees or bring your feet further apart to help. As you exhale, bring this hand down and just stay facing your knee. Extending that front leg as much as you can. As you inhale, we're going to roll ourselves up slowly, arms by your side, still facing the short end of your mat. As you come up tall, interlace those fingers. We'll come back down with the weight of our arms on our back to give us a deeper stretch, or peel those arms off your back to help bring you closer to your leg this way. With the arm lifted, you'll also get that shoulder stretch too. On your inhale, lower the arms to your back if they were lifted. Slowly roll up once again. As you come up tall, release and shake out those hands. With some deep breaths. Now we're coming behind your back, grabbing the opposite elbow. And then same thing on your exhale, you'll come forward once again. So when we have the weight of the arms on the back to bring us closer to that leg, releasing the neck. So all of these changes are balance challenges and opportunities for deeper stretches. So this time we're going to stay here, bent forward, release the arms down on each side of your foot, slide that back leg out. So we come right into low lunge. And then feel free to climb up the leg or reach and extend up for a deeper hip flexor stretch. And as you exhale, bring the hands down if they were lifted. Let's twist toward that front leg, lifting the arm. Always remember to let those hips just naturally rotate as well. So you're lengthening that hip flexor by dropping that hip toward the mat as you lift your arm up. On your exhale, bring that hand down, twist and rotate away from that front leg, lifting that arm up as high as you can. Still will rotate all the way down through those hips. So allow that to happen. Just release and relax. Breathing into it. Great job. And then as you exhale next, let's bring this hand down and both hands will come in front of your foot. We're going to turn to face me. You can stay balanced with your hands in front of your foot like we did the first time through, or a little challenge is to just push into those feet, your foot and your heel, and extend the arms in front. Trying to lower those hips. So we're still getting the inner thigh stretch here, hip flexor stretch. We're just getting rid of 2 points for our balance. And another sip of water for me. On your exhale, walk to the center, bending both knees. And here we're going to lift our hips and walk your hands out in front. Your hips should stay right over the imaginary line created by your feet. And then just try to relax your chest toward the mat. Release your head. And then let's change our hands to grab onto our feet or ankles. If you don't feel secure, keep your hands in front of you. Once again, we're reducing 2 more points of balance when we do that. And now point your fingers away from you, reaching under your legs. All to deepen the hamstring stretch and challenge our balance. Walk those hands back out in front. One more way to balance is to bring your feet a little further apart and try to come to your forearms. Keep trying to keep the hips above the line between your feet. And with your inhale, let's come back to walking those feet in and bending both knees once again. And you can balance on those hands or elbows to knees, hands at heart center. With your next exhale, if your hands are at your heart center, go ahead and bring them down, walk it across, maybe bring those feet a little further apart once again. Lifting the toes on the opposite leg. You can stay here or try to grab one hand with the other. Reach those arms out parallel to the floor. Breathe into it. On your exhale, bring the hands down, turn toward that foot, low lunge. Hands on each side of your foot, or walk it up or reach it up. With your next exhale, go ahead and tuck your back toes under, extend your front leg, and hold your head to knee stretch here. Both sets of toes pointing toward the short end of your mat. Soften this knee, this front knee to modify, otherwise we're working to keep it straight to get that whole hamstring with the stretch. And with your inhale, soften the knees to slowly lift yourselves up, making yourselves nice and tall. Interlace your fingers. we will roll back down, and you can keep the weight of your arms on your back or lift those hands off your back to stretch the front of the shoulders. Either way, we're still adding weight to our upper body to give us a deeper stretch. On your exhale, bring those arms to your back if they were lifted. Slowly roll up on your inhale, pushing into those feet. Once you come up nice and tall, release the hands, shake them out. And then grab for your elbows or your wrists behind your back if you can't grab your elbows. Then on your exhale, slowly roll back down once again. Take advantage of the extra weight in the arms to bring us closer to the front leg. On your exhale, staying here, just release your hands on each side of your foot and bring the front arm up for our triangle. On your exhale, bring this hand down. Other arm will come up behind you. Try to follow that hand. And as you exhale, go ahead and bring this hand back down, slowly rolling back up, releasing those arms by your side. And then we'll turn and face the front, toes either pointing toward the front or slightly angled out. With your next inhale, once again, squeeze the shoulder blades together, draw the hands behind you, jaw together, look up. As you exhale, bring the hands back out from the shoulders, head back forward. Take one inhale here, then you'll exhale into your victory squat. One more chance to practice before your next victory with the next game you play. Or even if you finish a puzzle, it works. With your next inhale, we're going to step this way, come up nice and tall, hands together. Exhale, side bend. Hold it here, or this time extend the opposite leg away from your hand. You can tap out, or you can lift and balance. With your next inhale, reach up tall, bringing that foot down. Exhale to the other side, hold it here. Or you can extend out the other leg, lift it into a balance, or just reach out. And with your inhale, feet together, reaching up nice and tall. And then exhale those hands down to heart center. Take one inhale here. As you exhale, release those hands. Square yourself back up toward the middle of your mat if you were over to the side. And let's take 2 floating breaths, arms coming up the middle, exhaling down. And let's do another. Good, so great job with those moon salutations. Just shrug your shoulders a little bit, let your arms bounce. And then let's do a neck stretch. So circling your head around. See how that feels. Let's go one more time each way, nice and slow. Good. Grabbing a sip of water if you need. I don't know about you, but I've been seeing lots of eagles lately. So we're going to do eagle pose before we bring it down to our mats. Just take a few marching steps just to release those feet. And then let's go ahead and cross one arm over the other, making our bend. Fingertips into the palm of the upper hand. And you choose how high or low you want those elbows. And then when ready, let's wrap one leg in front, soften the knees, and feel free to lift or wrap that front foot around the back foot, the back leg. Great job. Remember which arm is on top, and as you inhale, stretch and reach and unwind everything. Exhale down. Inhale, other arm crosses on top. Create your bend and fingers into the upper palm. Find your point, raising and lowering those elbows where you want to hold it, where you feel the best stretch. And then cross the other leg over. You can stay here or wrap those toes around the back of the leg. Finding our focal points. And with your next inhale, release. That looked great. And exhale down. Bring your chin to your chest. Hold it here. And make the rest of your body nice and tall. Just getting a stretch in the back of your neck. One more inhale, exhale. And this time as you inhale, raise the head and the arms. Exhale down into chair. With your next exhale, reach those toes down, or fingertips down, and then come down onto your knees to work your way into a sitting position. So sitting comfortably, crossing those legs, grabbing what you need. You're going to go ahead and grab one hand with the other. Inhale, stretch and reach up. On your exhale, bring the arms in front of your chest. Push your back behind you, sink down, rounding into cat here. Inhale, stretch and reach up, extending the spine. Exhale, hands in front of your chest again as you lower down, rounding the back once again. But this time with your next exhale, twist to one side, staying rounded. So use that hand on the side we're going toward to almost pull you over and stay rounded through your upper back. Inhale, reaching up with those arms facing center. Good. Exhale, back down, rounding here. And then twist and rotate to the other side. If you want to grab the other hand with that outside arm, if you were like me, holding it with the other arm, that might help pull you over a little bit while you're staying rounded through the upper back. Inhale, reaching up. As you exhale, separate the hands, bring your arms by your side, hands above the mat to circle your wrists, and other direction. Inhale, raising both arms up on your side. Exhale, one hand down, hold your side bend stretch, soften the elbow. With your exhale, we're going to take this arm that's up and we're going to reach across as we round to the other side, dropping the hand down, and lift your other arm, side bend stretch over here. Soften the elbow of the arm that's down. With your next exhale, round and reach this arm back to the other side. Once you come up or come to the other side, just sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, raise both arms up. And we're going to exhale, leaning forward. You can keep the arms in the air. You can drop them down. Hold your stretch here. Inhale, stretch and reach up, leaning back a little bit so you can come off of your legs to uncross and cross the other leg in front. And with your next exhale, bring your body forward once again. You can keep the arms in the air or drop down. Inhale, stretch and reach up, leaning back just a little bit. We're going to exhale, circle those arms down, grab the front leg, circle your ankle nice and slow. Change directions. And then just releasing that foot to the ground as you grab your other leg. Circle, circle. I know my ankles feel a little stiff from our sitting position and lots of standing balances. Other direction. And then releasing that foot down, but instead of coming back into our sitting position, we're going to reach over to the side so we can work our way into T-stand and extend the legs away from your hand. So we're going to work our way up, hand underneath our shoulder, inside knee to modify, or push into the hand to extend that leg. Feet staggered or stacked. And then once again, feel free to add a little more challenge by raising that outside leg, even for a breath. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, go ahead and bend the knees to lower down. And then we'll switch our legs and body to the opposite side. Bring the fingers up and down of the hand that you were just supporting yourself on, or wiggle your fingers a little bit just for some release. And we'll set up on this side, lifting up with both hands, shoulder over the hand, inside knee for support. Arm is raised, inside leg extended for more challenge with feet staggered or stacked. Outside leg raised for more challenge. Keep pushing into the outer foot and your hand to help that leg stay lifted so you can do this extra challenge. And take one more inhale. Then on your exhale, bend those knees lower down. And let's come into a child's pose. So you'll work your way around. Before you come all the way down, just like we did before, bring those fingers forward and back. With the hand you were just on, and then you can widen those knees and push back for child's pose. You inhale, let's go ahead and lift the head and chest. Let's do one down dog before we come into relaxation. Stretch those calves this morning. Done a lot with the big leg muscles, but not a lot with the lower part of our legs. Pressing both heels down when you're ready, trying to flatten that back, bringing chest to your feet. And with your next exhale, soften the knees, coming down onto your knees, and then walking your hands toward your legs and just turning to face you. And then you can think about what you need to make your relaxation more comfortable. Your blankets, or just come onto your back anytime you're ready.
Ladies, did you hear that Ken's father passed?
No, I didn't. Oh.